Okay, so this is the sewing modes for the 8000 machine. It's a little bit more than the basics video, so I want to go more in depth on what these do and how they work. Okay, so you have your regular sewing, which is pretty straightforward. It's there. And if you go to the tacking mode, it switches there, and you can see this has changed. And then the last one here, if I click this, it goes to a screen like that. Okay, so let's start off with this. This is your regular sewing mode. This is where you'll be most of the time. Okay, so oops. So I have these letters. If you look in the manual, they indicate more than 9 stitches. So you go from 9 to A, which is a little bit confusing. It's not that. But hold on, let me see if I can show you here. So you go from 9 to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So 15 is the most you can have, but they have to do it with one single digit, so they had to change to like letters. And then you go back to 0 and what's regular. So that's why that looks like that. But before you can start sewing, you always have to press the pedal back. So if I press the back heel, oh, it's flashing, I can't do anything. So now let's try it again. The foot kind of calibrates itself and you're ready to sew at that point. So now the machine is going to act exactly as a regular sewing machine. I'm going to turn off the back tacks, and it's just as long as you hold the pedal, it's going to sew. Okay? Back heel is how you cut, right? So you sew, and then I press the backwards and it will cut. Okay? And pull up. Alright? So that's your regular sewing mode. Pretty standard, pretty straightforward, okay? And you can turn on and off your front and back tacks there. Now if you go here, it's a tacking mode, where what happens is it just does a tack. So if I press the pedal, I didn't have to press the reverse or anything. It just knows to do a tack like that, okay? So let's try that again. There it is again, attack. Okay, so you can change this. You can see here it's telling you A, B, C, B, C. So if you follow that along, it'll tell you how many stitches you're doing in each one, and then this is how many repetitions to do that. Okay, that's all in your manual. If you scan this, you can go in depth on how to do that. And this is also a one-touch feature. So if I try to get both in the shot, the pedal and the thing, I can. That's really hard. Anyways, I can't really get it, but if you just touch it like that, it finishes for you. You don't have to hold the pedal when you're doing this tacking mode. The next thing is this. It's called polygon sewing, but it's essentially, we like to call it like labels for label sewing, and it'll count the sides, okay? So this is program 1. You can program many different programs. Let's say you have 10 different labels, you're gonna have 10 different programs. So that's what this is. And then this is indicating your first side, and on your first side you have 12 stitches. So if I then go press the over key to here, I can change to my next side and have 12 stitches, and press enter, and then it'll have 2 sides with 12 stitches each. Okay, so I'm on program 1. I'm going to switch the back tacks off, so this is a little bit easier to follow, and I should have 12 stitches, and it automatically stops. I can back heel, lift the foot, turn my work, do 12 stitches again, and then when I back heel, it's going to cut because it knows there was 2 sides of 12 stitches each. I can make that a full label if I go here, 3, 4, now I have 4 sides. So now if I press enter again, I've modified that program 1, And now I'm gonna have, let's try, might be a bit easier to see on this side. Let's try this. So, whoops, that was my bad. Try that again. 12, 12, 12, and 12, and it automatically cut. So there's my misshapen, horribly one-handed sewing square, okay? But it counted all those stitches and automatically stopped. It wasn't me choosing when and where to stop. The machine was doing it for me, okay? So that's that. And then of course you can always put your back tacks on the front and the back. So when you started sewing here, it would back tack, then do all of this, and then when it came to the very end, it would back tack again. So you still have that option. That's the three different sewing modes.